There we go. Now, can everybody hear me okay? Should be good. Let me check my speaker input or output and we'll be good to go. So here's what happened, guys. I don't know if you saw my comment in the chat. My computer did an update the other night. Like, it made me do an update and restart my computer before it would even let me shut down my computer. And I get that little McAfee symbol, like I had the free McAfee. Hey, babe. Spyware stuff, whatever, and it pops up every day now for the past couple months because I let it expire. And so yeah, now all my settings are jacked within Streamlabs OBS system. So my microphone wasn't assigned, my speakers weren't assigned, my display capture, which is what I share my screen with, is for some reason not showing up. So here's what I'm gonna have to do. Bear with me. I'm going to have to work on this for a second if you want to see my screen tonight. And I'm going to have to delete this display capture and put a new one in real fast. Remove. Yep. Add. Display capture. Add source. Add source. Done. All right, 1 minute here. So welcome everybody. I'm sorry. I know this stinks, but I've got to get this fixed, or my OCD will get the better of me, and I'll want to show you what I'm reading to you and what I'm going to bring you tonight. I hope everybody's doing well. We have been still swamped. You guys can see that and it looks all crazy. I know, I'm sorry. That's what I'm going to try and fix. So bear with me here. I was trying to figure out how to get it to show just the area I want it to. I did this once before. I never had to mess with it again. Well, if we don't get that working, it's all good. I'll make it work. So guys, yeah, it's been interesting to say the least. We had the appraisal on our house today. The contractor showed up to start finally doing some stuff around the house and got the grass mowed today, all while working from home so that I could be here for the appraisal. And everything's chugging along now. So should be closed on our house by mid next week and sleeping in it by the weekend. So that would be great if by next weekend we're moved in, got our bed in there, and we're sleeping there. So it's crunch time. I thought it was crunch time 2 weeks ago, but now it's really crunch time. But I wanted to come to you guys and talk a little bit about some news tonight. I don't have a whole lot. Like I say, I've been busy, but thank gosh for some of you all who have been sending me stuff through Messenger and tagging me in your posts. It's really helped me kind of stay on top of what's going on and give me something to talk to you guys about. So I can't share the screen. I'm sorry. But there's an article here that I forget who it was. Let me look. Because I'm going to give him props for throwing me stuff. Tim Bledsoe. Yeah, he's always got my back. He's always throwing me good info. But some breaking news as of today. Democrat senator betrays his own party after House passes gun control bills. So, yeah, the House is passing bills against our Second Amendment, folks. It's a ticking time bomb at this point, to be honest with you. But I want to read you some of this because this was Manchin, actually. Joe Manchin said he will not be supporting recent bills being pushed for gun control. According to the Daily Wire, quotes, "What the House passed, not at all," Manchin said. "I come from a gun culture. I'm a law-abiding gun owner," Manchin said. Manchin added that he supports background checks on commercial transactions because the seller in that case does not know the buyer. "If I know a person, no," Manchin added. The recent push follows the recent shooting in Boulder, Colorado. So these shootings here recently, don't y'all find it kind of coincidental and funny that we didn't have hardly any, if any, that I can remember of mass school shootings under the Trump administration, yet 2-3 months into this fake Biden administration, we've already got school shootings, and it does. Yeah, it looks a lot like Sandy Hook. You know, they're using these school shootings and probably staging a lot of it. I think in some cases there's a few that things just don't add up that have happened over the years, but to push this gun control, and they're barking up the wrong tree. Okay. There's a lot of things being broke constitutionally, and it's going to reach a boiling point. And I haven't, and if it looks staged, guys, I didn't get to see anything about the school shootings. I've literally been out of the loop, not even in the realm of reading articles usually. Trust me, if I had time for that, I'd be on here with you guys. But it looks like this Democrat is turning on his own party because of it, which doesn't surprise me. There's good Democrats, there's good Republicans. It just really depends on how they were raised, right? What their beliefs are. But some things just make common sense. And those with it know when things aren't right and when to leave. So Marjorie Taylor Greene posts on Twitter, Colorado has everything the left has asked for: universal background checks, red flag gun seizure laws, high capacity magazine bans, a passing gun control grade from @Clifford's Courage, and it still didn't stop a thug like Ahmad al-Isa, I don't know how you say his name, from murdering Americans. He's talking about the shooting at the concert. Or wait, was that was in Vegas? Which one? Which shooting was in Colorado? My apologies, guys. I'm off on that. For some reason, I had it in my head, the Vegas shooting. But yeah, I mean, it's not going to stop anything. We all know that. Us with common sense know that. You can outlaw anything, but a criminal's going to find a way to do it. They're going to have the guns, and they're trying to take it away from us law-abiding folks. No sense made there at all. So I guess Joe Biden's under investigation. Weird. But this is an article today from the Western Journal. It was this morning. You may have heard about it, but we'll just start reading it here. Remember when it was illegal for the White House to unilaterally freeze money allocated by Congress for a specific purpose, even for a time? You may not remember. Democrats certainly don't remember. As old commercials went, Pepperidge Farm remembers, and Republicans certainly do. Whether the Government Accountability Office does, or whether the Government Accountability Office does, is another question entirely. They've had a typo in this article. That doesn't make sense. But it's now investigating President Joe Biden for doing the exact same thing the GAO ruled Donald Trump couldn't do when he was in the White House, according to Politico. So the GAO is the Government Accountability Office, if my memory serves me correctly. So that's because mere hours after becoming president, Biden used an executive order to suspend all work on the border wall and froze money budgeted by Congress for its construction. Pay attention to that. He froze money that was budgeted by Congress for its construction. The reason, naturally, was that Biden campaigned on doing as close to a 180 on Donald Trump's immigration policies as law would allow, and that stopping the building of what Trump was found of referring to as Big Beautiful Wall. The problem arises when you consider the whole, quote unquote, as law would allow part. In fact, barely more than a year before Biden issued his order, House Democrats impeached then President Trump partially on the basis that his 2019 decision to suspend military funding to Ukraine, even temporarily, violated the Impoundment Control Act. The Democrats' case was bolstered by a ruling by the GAO in which the nonpartisan government watchdog office found the decision to pause funding was illegal. Quote, faithful execution of the law does not permit the president to substitute his own policy priorities for those that Congress has enacted into law, the GAO declared in a January 16, 2020 report. So pretty much he's under investigation for pausing funding that Congress passed into being. So he's not allowed to do that. So he's under investigation for it. We'll see where it goes. I mean, evidently these people are untouchable. Everybody's corrupt with them, and we'll see if anything comes of it. So moving on, we'll talk a little bit about Cuomo, or Cuomo. I always call him Cuomo. That's twice now. But Cuomo directed New York health officials to prioritize COVID-19 testing for his relatives. So he got special treatment, and he directed the New York health officials to make his relatives a priority for COVID-19 vaccination. Fancy that. Make sure my family gets it, but let's throw a bunch of COVID-19 positive patients back into the retirement homes and long-term care homes. Make no sense to me. So check this out. Man, I wish I could play this for you. So this is a clip of Fox News. You can see it right in the side of my screen. But it's Biden with Kamala Harris there. I don't know who the interviewer is sitting across from him, but he's pretty, like, they are not letting this guy answer any questions, like, whatsoever. And you'll see here how confused Biden looks. And if you listen to what he's saying, and let me make sure that these speakers play. One moment.
Thank you, Mr. President.
All right, 1 second, because my audio is not going to come through. Dang it. It messed all my settings up. This reset did. Let's see. Properties. Default. Realtek. Done.
For your confidence.
Okay. Sorry about that. All right, I don't want to get lost in y'all's chat just yet. Brad is banned off YouTube for a week. He's on his wife's page. What time is he going on tonight, real quick? At 10. So just a few minutes. Okay, that's good, because I can't do an hour show tonight anyways, guys. I've only got a couple more little slides here to go over anyways. So No, we'll be done before Brad's show. I didn't know he was off YouTube though. All right. So at least I can give you audio. Listen to this though. Biden's confused. You can hear him say now that we're ready to get down to business. And then he just starts mumbling on and then asks like, who am I turning this over to? Like, dude has no clue like who his puppet master is for this particular whatever it is. I didn't even see the actual full video on Fox, but I guess the headline is Biden blames Trump admin for border crisis, which everybody knows that that's not true, which is funny, because that's mainstream. So nobody likes this dude, but listen to him real quick.
Thank you, Mr. President, for your confidence.
Well,
Thank you.
thank you for willing to do it. Now we're going to get down to business here, and Ron, who am I turning this over to?
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I think it's time for the press, our friends in the press to leave now. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Mr. President, are you ready to take a moment for the children in the border facility? Are you ready to visit the border, Mr. President? Mr. President.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Man, I tell you what, I just said some really good stuff too. Couldn't repeat it for you if I had to. Gosh dang. Still amateur hour over here, okay? It's like riding a bike though. You've been off for a while and you get back on, you get the hang of it again. A little stuffed up actually. But like I said, he's absolutely clueless. Like they won't even let him speak. They won't let him answer any questions. And like I said, I don't know how much more we can take as people. I can't really take much more of it. I think something's got to happen soon. And I have a feeling it will. But again, it's not on my timing. Trust me. Or think shit would have already hit the fan. Excuse my language. But I'm glad y'all are sticking with me. And I'm glad y'all are keeping in this news when I can't, because y'all have been feeding it to me. And I was saying also, I'm not going to keep this very long because I know Brad's getting on soon at 10. So we're going to wrap this up. There is a little post here I'll read from you from Samantha Merlot. She does a great job on Facebook, especially. I know she's on Twitter too, but she's listed out a few things here, and it says investigation into Biden, border crisis being tied to Biden, China's turning on Biden, Russia's turning on Biden, human trafficking being exposed and tied to Biden, multiple states carrying out investigations for the 2020 election, and you think something may be brewing? I think it is. Guys, it's hard for me not to get disappointed up until this point too, but you've got to look at this for what it is, and there's nothing out there that can convince me that we're all just going to turn a blind eye to this, and all this evil is going to be able to take place within our government, and no one's going to have to pay for anything. Trump's still with us, right? I think a lot of the military is still with us. I think there's some that support Biden. I mean, of course there are. But we'll see. So, guys, I'm sorry for the technical difficulties tonight. I'm sorry for it not being a long show. I've still got a lot to do. My office still isn't packed up. I'm supposed to have this thing packed up, and I know I'm going to have to here in the next day or two. So, honestly, guys, it may be a few days for me to go back live again. I'm going to have to get this computer set up, moved into the new home. I will go live on Facebook, though. I know I've been saying that, but I will utilize it while I have this computer set up down. And I can even go live from YouTube from my mobile device as well. So, yeah, like Scott McKay says, hold the fork in line. And that's, guys, it's hard not to be disappointed. I've been waiting to hear some amazing news about, stuff going down. But I haven't heard it, maybe because I haven't been looking so much, because I haven't been on Facebook nearly as much for that reason. But we'll see, guys. It's in God's timing, okay? So y'all have a great night. I'm going to leave this about 5 minutes so y'all can get over to Brad on Facebook. Michelle Hollingsworth, you didn't really miss much. I didn't have a whole lot of news for you. Just read a few articles. But you all have a great night. I'm going to rush off here. I'm going to go ahead and get our trash out for the night and get my butt in bed. I've got a long day tomorrow. And, yeah, so love you guys. Thank y'all for coming to the show tonight. We'll talk to y'all soon, and I will let you know when this office is packed up and when I will be on live next.